these are the setups we're looking for. Um, in the first week of November, as we highlighted, um, the main currency to trade was the main focus was pound weakness, and indeed we did get pound weakness. So if we look into some of the currencies we're looking at, some of the pairs, pound Swiss, for example, let's start with this. So on Monday, we came just half of come up, half of Friday, um, and within that day, there was on the 4 hour, there was a small fair value gap, so we didn't actually make it 50%, and then started rolling over on Monday immediately, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, bit of sideways action, which is normal because we see Bank of England announcement was due to come out on Thursday, but what we can see is that it stayed under, sort of the 50% level of Monday's range. Um, so really, set up nice sort of to run to our targets. So going into next week, we are still looking for more downside. Um, so this is Friday's range. Sorry, Thursday's range, and around this 1.24. It could be nice to see shorting opportunities unfold. So I draw a box in there, called interest zone. So let's see if we must try this triangle to come out into the zone. Now, if you look on the calendar, there is really not much fun news on Tuesday in the Bank of England. Um, on Thursday, there is a medium impact GDP. So really, um, we are looking at potentially, Monday, Tuesday retracement, and then continue the selling on pound. So it's been a good week on pound Swiss. Now, looking at some other pairs to the yeah. So let's go for New Zealand also. Um, so on here we had we got some sell for Monday, but Tuesday we immediately ran back up and clear rebalance this downward movement. So I like respected the order book. So I'm expecting anticipating further continuation down on this. It's also open the trade entry here Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we got the parabolic sell on Thursday. So let's see if we can get Thursday's day alive. So let's see, this was the high, and this was the low. Thursday trading, and there's a nice gap here, and it's also balanced price range here. We look at this portion. So yeah, we can allow it to come to 1.9 or so, and then there. See if we can get a continuation, a continuation lower. If you look on the daily, there is the target I really like is around 860, and then the might even ram up down to 164. So this will be target two, and something there. So we'll add it to yeah, we already added to the second week of November. So the trade. Um, Developers didn't really deliver um, all that well, to be fair. There was a bit of Aussie weakness. This is what to do with yen strength. But we just stopped in this daily favorite gap here, so really hard to see what what will unfold because we might just going sideways here for a few days and then attempt to run higher. So this will not make it right now to the list. Now, as the week progresses, I might add it to the list, but for now it's not really something interesting. And same for here, actually with the stats. So we can see maybe it's New Zealand stronger than obviously because we didn't come all as far down as we did on Aussie yen. So something to note. New Zealand is stronger. Yeah. So right now, where it is now, I do not actually add it to this. Now, that's pretty much uh, pretty much it actually. There is also interesting to note. So the stronger pairs, the stronger currencies seem to be New Zealand and Swiss. Now we'll keep them on the strong side. Now looking at oil. Oil might be setting up for continuation higher. We didn't form that swing low yet on oil, but basically what I would like to see, let me just is the mean threshold of this candle to hold. So if I'm putting the no-go zone, this would be no-go zone here. Um, so I envision there's a potential, one more I imagine, like another rundown to clear out, some stock, and then we really start to, attack these highs again. Fundamentally, there is no reason why one shouldn't be going higher, so this makes it to the list too. Um, Silver, I really like these targets onto the upside. So let's see. We got a nice immediate rebalance here. This was also a nice price range at this level. So I envision, continuation, and the target will be pretty clearly actually 25 on silver for next week. There is a swing low, so there's no reason why this should not continue higher. So this also makes it to the watch list for the week ahead. Mm, 26 could be our second target, but we take it one step at a time. Um, I like how we came down here. Basically, if you take the fit from here to here, bang on came to 705. So and I measure now with expanding, going higher. So if you look on the lower time frames, basically any pullback we get should be bought up. This is our interest zone here. Looking for longs in here, pretty simple. Now this is uh, this is gold. So gold will, let's say, almost almost certainly reach this level. Nice pull of liquidity. Now, if we have a strong move above it, I would actually um, not consider this gap as an opportunity to go short. I would rather look at it as a major break to the upside. So basically, we put a strong bullish bias on this, and we add it to the watch list for week 2 of November. Let's look at Euro Swiss. Um, it's I like further continuation lower, but Euro is not the weakest currency right now, so not really my favorite there to look to the short side. But nonetheless, I'm looking for lower targets. 1.05. It gets a moderate bearish bearish to neutral rating. We can add it to the list, but this will be this will be in the bottom of the list because of EG. So yeah, if you look at EG, for example, this is still structured move to the upside. We had a huge updates. We had a major stop run here, so I can see them running eventually these highs here and here. So is it really euro the pair the currency that you want to short, knowing that um, this might be actually breaking higher? I don't think so. Um, so what else? What else can we see? Um, I'm not. I have a neutral, well, sort of bullish to neutral bias on the dollar here. We came out the target I was looking for last week, so that's great, but immediately rejected on Friday. Now, if it wants to continue to be bullish, which is it's on the cards, but I do not want to see it close below, say, 93, 95. Because that would really put me on the neutral side. Not immediately bearish, but more on the neutral side. Now, if you look on the 6-hour chart, if you actually you know take out these lows and close below 93.5, very important. If it goes below 93.5, then actually I will change my stance to bearish. Before that, just if you actually close then I will look at this low, this low, this low, potentially this low to be the draw to the downside. But for now, it's bullish neutral. So let's look at Swiss as well. Now this is structured to the downside because look, we came up pretty much, the midpoint of this candle, um, and immediately rejected. So just looking at this, Swiss is stronger than dollar. So immediately, now we have been chopping sideways here last week, which is fine. But if dollar will weaken, this will be really the pair to trade, and we might see a nice expansion and attack this low here. Um, this could be a nice potential setup, but this would need this to turn bearish, and it is not. It is bullish to neutral currently. So yeah, that will be it for this week. So just a quick summary. I have a couple of instruments here. So this is the second week of looking at second week of November. Once this should have made it to the list. So let me just quickly adjust this and add it there. So week two. So my favorite, um, you know, um, pairs will be pound Swiss, pound New Zealand, and maybe Euro Swiss. And Euro New Zealand is also slightly uh, bearish to neutral. So we can actually add it here also. Uh, um, and get bearish to neutral. So as long as we fail to close on a daily basis this imbalance here on the daily chart, we will have this stance on this. But just contrast this price action here with pound New Zealand, and you see the difference. Pound Swiss, again. Now, just because we've seen these moves, what we should see on New Zealand Swiss, I'll just pull it up here. It's not really a pair I want to trade next week because both are strong. But what do you expect to see? So let's see, New Zealand. I expect to see a massive consolidation on the daily chart. So let me just remove the lipstick from here. Um, what we can actually see, interestingly, is this pocket here, and we did trade into it and rejected. Now the problem is that also the momentum is still to the downside. So as long as we don't go above this candle, or at least the half point of this candle, I cannot be bullish here. So this going into the next week, this what I would anticipate to see is a nice range bound market, not to be traded, because I see the case both for upside and downside. However, both are strong, so there is no sense to trade it. So yeah, just as a side note, yeah. So moving on, yeah, pound New Zealand. Um, if we really get animated here, I see it, trading much lower. However, we really need a pullback, right, to be able to engage this market here. So not in my immediate radar, but on the immediate radar is pound, Swiss pound, New Zealand, and silver and gold. So downside, downside, upside, upside. So hope insightful. And to see if we can get some moves going into the next week. The only one thing that really set up nicely, if I just go to pound New Zealand. So if you go back and look at previous week's video, um, we were calling this level here to start selling short, and look at that. We came into pretty much mid to the very middle of this zone, and then a massive sell-off. So if you call that well done. I was doing some other things and had a bit difficult week last week. So yeah, I was distracted basically, so I didn't catch this move, but nonetheless, it turned out beautiful. It delivered some 200 pips, and yeah, we hope to see some of the moves again, basically going into next week. Take care.